Hello everybody. Today we are at the Friedrich-Naumann Foundation for Freedom in Sofia, Bulgaria to meet its new regional director, Dr. Rainer Adam. I've heard that he is a long-term employee of the FNF with lots of experience. So let's go and find out something more about him.
Welcome. Thank you very much for coming. Please come in.
Dr. Adam, you spent the last 24 years working for the Foundation for Freedom in Asia. Now, moving back to Europe and Bulgaria in particular must be a major challenge for you. After a couple of weeks in Sofia, how does it feel?
It feels just fine. From my perspective, everything is just perfect. The colleagues in the office, they helped me to get a footing and to get settled. Of course, there's a lot to learn about Eastern Europe, and I look forward to an exciting time.
You worked at the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations before joining the FNF in 1990 to become a project director in China. What made you move into that new career path?
Well, the foundation needed someone or wanted someone who could speak Chinese and who could understand Chinese culture and Chinese history. They wanted an agriculture policy expert to help with the rural transformation program in the northeast of China, in Harbin, in Manchuria. My PhD thesis was about land reform, land markets and land mobility on Taiwan, and this was also seen as an asset. About 2 years into my new job, the focus shifted to general economic reform, and we were concentrating on the transition from a socialist planning economy to a market system. I'm very proud of the fact that we were able to translate liberal classics into Chinese. We established the so-called Modern Western Thought series, which included works of von Mises, Bastia, Hayek and Popper, among others.
Another stage of your career led you to Indonesia. Today, this is the third largest democracy on earth. 10 years is a long time to spend in a country. Tell us about the highlights of your work there.
Well, I came in 1998, shortly after President Suharto was forced to resign and step down, and elections were called for 1999. That was a time of violent riots in Jakarta and other places with lots of victims. The Foundation's program concentrated on supporting democratic institutions, the establishment of parliamentary processes, of political parties, and later on we concentrated on supporting decentralization, decentralized government and good governance in this field.
Bangkok was your last stop in Asia. You were regional director there. I heard you initiated a few innovative approaches. Could you tell us more about this?
Well, together with my colleagues in Bangkok, we developed an instrument to measure freedom, and we called it Freedom Barometer Asia. It's now in its 4th edition, and it looks at different aspects of freedom, political, social and economic. But from a liberal perspective. We use almost entirely existing data, which we rearrange and collate to suit our purpose. We are in a position to identify countries where freedom increases, where it is stagnating, and we are also in a position to identify policies which advance freedom, reduce poverty, increase prosperity, and so on. In short, the more free a country, the more prosperous its people. We have also introduced it to the Balkans last year, and it's going to be extended to some other countries, some more countries in Central and Eastern Europe.
From your Facebook, we also learned about the democracy board game.
You know, when I was in Bangkok, I was also project director for Thailand. And in Thailand, we worked with the Electoral Commission of Thailand since many, many years in the field of civic education. Together with some of our civil society partners, we developed a traditional board game for first-time voters and young people to understand democracy, the rules of democracy and democratic governance. But we have also worked on an English version and have introduced this English version to some of the neighboring countries. In summer this year, we have released apps for iPads and iPhones and Androids of this board game, and it looks like that. Freedom Democracy, that's the front, the starting page. And we're going to bring it to an international audience in November this year when we will present it at the World Forum for Democracy in Strasbourg.
Do you think your experience in Asia, which is a very different part of the world, is also relevant here in Central and Eastern Europe?
Well, everywhere in the world human beings want to be free, and almost everywhere in the world this freedom is under threat. Especially post-socialist countries have problems to establish durable institutions, mechanisms and organizations which can effectively protect human rights and individual freedom. To promote freedom is, as we say in Germany, to drill holes into big planks. So it's a lot of work, it takes a lot of time and diligence and creativity. Here in the region I have a team of experienced project directors and colleagues from different countries who work hard and have a lot of experience in advancing the cause of freedom. So I guess together we will be able to achieve our mission.
Rainer Adam, thank you for your time and a very interesting conversation.
Great pleasure.